Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to use one of the kikki.K Christmas collections to decorate this week in my planner. So let's go ahead and get to it. Alright, so I'm going to use one of the kikki.K Christmas collections. I'm really taken by the dark green collection, so I'm going to go down that path. I know the blush collection with all the little cuties is adorable. I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll do that after Christmas, for the week after Christmas. But for now, I really want to use this dark green because I want to use this washi tape as well. So I'm going to start with the washi. So this is the tree washi that comes in the 3-pack. I'm just going to white out the December on the top. That didn't work very nicely. There we go. And then we're just going to put the trees on the top, and then I'll think about, I don't want to put them on the bottom as well, I just want them on the top for now, and then we'll put something else on the bottom, probably some pattern paper. I'm having real trouble doing that whole bending over thing at the moment, so I'm going to try spin this round so that I can do it right. So you would have seen I cut the excess. There was just a really skinny amount of excess on the right hand side. I didn't worry about it on the left hand side. It's really not enough to panic about, so I'm just going to leave it. So then for the bottom, I'm kind of tossing up between using this absolutely, where is it? This absolutely gorgeous bit of paper. Or if I use the trees, because these trees are a little bit different than those trees. They're very similar, but not the same. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with this. I'm going to have to buy another one of these books just so I can get another bit of this paper, but not yet. And if I cut this right, I might have to waste a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to cut this so that it has got the Merry Christmas bit. So I'm just lining that up so I've got as little or as much on the top as I possibly can get. And then I'll do the same thing. I'll try and make it even between the next two lines, which I'm just doing this by sight. If it doesn't quite fit, it doesn't quite fit. I can cop that. Go. And then we'll do the second one as close to the bottom line of letters as I can. Okay. So they're not the exact same width, they are straight. They're not the same width. See what they look like when I put them on here. So we've got the Merry, that's about the right width, which means the Christmas is going to be a little bit too big. So what I'm going to do is just put it in the trimmer. I don't think this will work. I think this will probably ruin it, but we'll give it a shot. And I'm just going to line that up on the edge. I'm going to grab the washi tape that I had before that it was excess and stick it down, and then I should be able to cut off a little slither here that makes it about the right width. Making sure my fingers, actually I'll put the protector back on so I can still hold it. A teeny tiny little slither comes off, and I'm hoping that that's enough. Just pull that washi off gently so I don't tear the paper. That's better. It's still a little bit high, but I think it's enough. So I'm going to stick this down. I was going to use glue tape for that. I'm just going to put that sort of with the Merry in the middle and that with the Christmas in the middle. Just glue tape, nothing fancy, and then just cut off the excess. Alright, so there's the basis. So then I'm going to do the weeks. Sorry, not the weeks, the days of the week. And what I'm thinking is I don't have anything here that can cover up Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I'm just looking at it going, well, actually, I've just had a thought. My original thought was that I'd ink up some plain white paper and then, or cut maybe some pattern paper and then just stamp the days of the week on it, and I thought maybe that would work. But now I'm thinking about it, I don't think that will work. I have lots of light green around the place, but I don't have anything dark green. And even then, I don't know if this green's actually dark enough. I think it might be a bit light. I'm just grabbing out my ring of colours and just seeing if I've got anything dark enough, because I don't think I do. I was sort of hoping that my new distress colour would be here, but Australia Post has let me down again, because that was a really dark green and that might have worked. None of these are going to be dark enough. Okay, so if none of them are going to be dark enough, alright, I didn't want to, but I'm going to grab one of these bits of paper. These are actually the paper ball papers. I don't tend to use the paper balls, so for that reason I don't mind kind of messing these up a little bit. I'm actually going to try and do it using the outside of the paper before I start doing the inside, so before I use the actual balls. So if I cut this to a sort of certain strip, I'll work out how much tall I want it. Alright, I'm going to cut these to 1 centimetre strips, and then I can stamp on top of those. So just grab the ruler. It doesn't have to be exactly 1 centimetre, I'm not going to panic if it's not, but sort of somewhere in there. I'm just doing 2 because I figure I'll probably have to use 2. I might actually need 3. But I'm just lining that up. We'll cut these. There we go, so there's the 3 strips. And then if I cut those to be, I'm going to use my stamp set because I haven't used it for a while. And I'm just going to use the days in here. So the longest is Wednesday, which is 2.5. So if I cut all of these to 3, that should have enough room for the day and the date. I'm going to cut them to 3.5 just because I can. So 3.5 actually fits into here. I'm not going to do it. I was sort of thinking I'd cheat a little bit and do them all at the same time, but I don't trust it, so we won't do that. So I'm just going to line this up at 3.5 and just cut all my little strips. So I didn't need the last strip, but that's okay because it's probably a good thing to have one spare. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stick these all down over the dates, and then I'll go through and stamp them all in. So I'm going to do this super quick so you guys don't have to sit through it all, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I was just sort of thinking about it while I was doing that and realised that I'm not actually 100% sure what I want to stamp this in. So I'm going to do a test. So I've just grabbed one of the little ball balls out because, like I said, I'm not going to use them anyway. I'm going to grab my embossing ink and my white ink, and I'm going to try 3 different things and we'll see which one works best. So I think It's either going to be gold embossing powder, white embossing powder, or just plain white. So we'll just see what looks nicer. So I'll start off with the just plain white. I was really thinking, even while I was putting that on, I was like, yeah, it's going to be the white, but I'm looking at it and I think it's going to be the gold because I think it's going to add something really special to this that we don't normally get. So I'm going to do these in gold. Just going to rub a teensy little bit of powder across all of the labels, and that's just because it'll help make sure that embossing powder doesn't stick anywhere it's not supposed to. Then I'm going to go through and stamp on all the days and the dates and emboss them, and I'll be right back. That's a little bit of effort to get that, but I think it looks really good. Like I think it looks really, really good. It just gives you such a classy kind of pop. So I'm very happy with that. Alright, so now that we've got all that in, let's have some fun actually decorating some of this. So we're gonna have some stickers. I'm gonna take this little pop-up one, I think. Grab this little pop-up card, mini card, reluctant to come out of the book. So take the little pop-up, I keep calling it a pop-up, I'm just going to go with it. And I'm just going to cut off all of the little knobbly bits. I just want to have that as a little flip up down here. Just when I folded that, it didn't fold particularly nicely. So I'm just going to fix that and just cut it so that I can't see the white popping up from behind it. It just annoys me. I kind of want to play with that ornament. I don't think it'll look as good as I want it to as good as I've got it imagined in my head. I don't think it'll look that good, but I was kind of thinking maybe it could fold out and you could write something on the back, but with all the little holes that are in it, that probably won't work. So I'm just going to pop the little holes out, cut off the knobbly bits, and I'm just going to stick it down. Actually, I'm just going to leave it there for a second while I work out what other stickers I'm going to put in. Going to put that tree at the top. I'm going to take off my 26 weeks and move it just over here, so it's going to hide that little smudgy thing. I'm going to put this at the bottom, and I'm going to have this so it folds out so I can write things on the back of the little tag. And then this little sticker here, I'm going to be a bit tricky, and I'm going to stick it onto Thursday, but I'm going to have it so it can pop up because I'm going to write something underneath it. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of that. Not super quickly, but quickly, and I'll be right back. So just looking at the holes on the back, like I needed to pop them out because they look silly, but now I think it looks silly with like being able to see the white. So I'm going to grab a little bit of paper. This is actually an envelope page. There's a little trick I do a lot of the time actually when I'm using the kikki.K paper is I'll use what's left over or from around the whatever I'm popping out. So just the same way we use that dark green on the bottom of the ball paper, I'm going to use the top of this sort of dotty paper and see if I can fit, yeah. And the tree's going to fit on there absolutely perfectly. So I'm going to cover the back of the tree with glue. This is just a bit of scrap paper. This is the one I was using before. Whoops. To put the days of the week bits on. It doesn't have to be 100% fully covered, but go stick that on, and then I'm going to go around and cut it out. And because I'm going to cut it out, I'm going to get the knobbly bits at the same time, so it'll be sort of a 2-for-1. Downside to doing all of that is you do tend to sort of get stuff on the gold of the tree and you kind of scratch it a little bit. It's not a bad thing, but it just sort of doesn't look as perfect as it did before, but that's alright. So I'm just going to stick that on the top, and then like I said, I'm going to go and do all of the other bits. Should have put the paper down. The only one that's sort of going to be different or weird or anything like that, it's going to be the sticker. So I might do the sticker with you. By the way, these are new tweezers. These are from Luscious Labels because that's who I buy all of my tweezers from. They are her new rainbow ones and they're just beautiful. Where is the sticker? I just need something else on here. I'm just going to grab this little stripy sticker. I'm actually going to cut it in half. I'll put the other half somewhere else in a sec. Go. Alright, so we'll do the... That was out of the sticker. We'll do this sticker first, so I'm just going to grab that out. I might actually use this nice paper. So I'm sticking it onto the spots, just not pushing it all the way to the top. Back. Grab, this is just a bit of sticker paper that I have sitting around my office. I have lots of bits of sticker paper just sitting around my office, and I tend to keep them for occasions like this. It doesn't matter if I cut it now because I've got plenty of it. So then I'm just going to cut around the outside of the sticker, and that'll give us the eventual shape. So I'm just being really careful around the top because I have a tendency to ruin these. Fold that back, just cut off that little bit at the top, and I should just be able to peel off that bit of sticker paper, stick that down where I want it, and now we've got a little flipper. It's not particularly clever, but it works. A little bit of paper sort of a bit stuck there, but it's alright. I'll live with it. Alright, I'm going to do something similar with the tag. I'm just going to get rid of the knobbly bits. It's a little bit off center, so I'm just going to fix that too. To flip it all. I did, but now I've changed my mind. Got plenty of room, so it'll be fine. So I'm just going to stick that just flat down there. Then I'm just going to add in a couple of stickers. These are from the Start collection, but there's a whole page of trees. I think sticker book. just going to stick some randomly because there's a bunch of different kinds, and I still want to use that dark green part of the tree. There's actually less trees than I thought, but I just want to have some fun with the tree. Actually, maybe we've got too many trees. So instead I'm going to put this little snow globe because it's adorable and it's still green, so it fits nicely. Little snow globe. I just don't want to add in too many more colours. I just want to stay with this green set. I'm going to add in a couple of these ball balls because these are green. Oh, I knew I had a page of trees somewhere. So I'm going to add a couple of these. I'm going to add a gold one over on the right hand side. I really like these trees. It's just a cool motif. It's just something different. And just as a finishing touch, just a couple of these little star ones, kind of like the baubles. Alright, I think I will leave it at that. There's still plenty of room there for me to write stuff in. I've got a couple of little flip ups so I can put my midwife appointment information underneath. Oh, that's what I needed to do. I knew there was something. So I just want to use the Plan on Appointments stamp set just to put in the maternity one, because there is this really cute little maternity little stamp and I just really want to use it. It's not really an OBGYN, so I'm just going to put appointment. Put the time. So I'm just setting that up on my mat to sort of look the way I want it to. And I'm going to stamp it in the Pine Needles ink. So that was the green ink I was going to use in the first place. Like I said, I think it'll be a bit light, but you won't see it underneath here anyway, so I think it'll be okay. Oh, so cute. And then it's hidden underneath there, and so you don't see it. Just don't do what I just did and kind of wipe your finger on it, because that will smudge it. I didn't do it hard enough, so it's okay. Alright, so that is my week using the green side of the kikki.K Christmas collection. Like I said, there are the two, and the cute side, there's definitely more of it. So this sort of felt like I was piecing it together a little bit more, but I really like the way this has turned out. I think it's really simple, but really, really pretty. I love playing with colours that I don't play with, and green is definitely one of those colours that I'm not naturally attracted to. I'm not naturally a green person, but this collection is just absolutely gorgeous. So I just couldn't resist having a bit of a play with it. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Please give it that big old thumbs up if you did. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you don't miss the rest of my Christmas decorations, because I'm using Christmas every week in December, including my birthday week, which will be Planners Anonymous it's going to be Lawn Fawn next week and Planners Anonymous for the week of Christmas. So make sure you're tuned in for those. I hope you have an absolutely awesome, awesome, awesome rest of your day, and I will catch you in my next video. Sending lots of huggles. Bye!